Hey everyone, Tim Schofield here. And recently I just unboxed the OPPO Find N2, which is OPPO's phone into a tablet style with their folding mechanism that got a solid update from the previous model. Now, some people don't necessarily need this much device, so they now are coming out with the OPPO Find N2 Flip. The Find N2 Flip has a 3.26-inch display on the front. So when it is closed and folded, it has a very large screen up towards the top, which I think is going to be very useful. Excited to check that out. Of course, you just flip it open, use it like a regular phone as well. Now in this video, we're gonna take a look at what comes in the box of the Find N2 Pro and get some hands-on with the latest folding phone from OPPO. Let's get started. I'd also like to point out OPPO sent over a couple accessories, so we'll check out these cases on the Find N2 Flip a little bit later on in the video. But here it is, OPPO Find N2 Flip with OPPO and Hasselblad, their partnership. Let's open this up. Inside here, inspiration ahead. Here is the device. We are gonna set this to the side for just a second, see what else we get. I do really like this presentation inside this box. It looks like it does come with an actual case, so I love to see that that is included. Just two separate pieces. Top piece just a completely clear, so you can still see the color of the device that you get. Kind of a harder case for the device, but awesome that that's included. And opening this up, looks like up towards the top here is an adapter. You get a USB Type A to USB Type C adapter, quick start guide, safety information, SIM ejection tool, and premium service exclusive benefits you deserve. And finally, in the box, you get a USB Type A to USB Type C cable for charging and your charging brick via USB Type A. This is a 67-watt charging brick. And here it is, the Find N2 Flip from OPPO, taking it out of this paper, flipping it over. This is the Astral black color, and take a look at that large front-facing display. That is, pretty substantial, especially in comparison to other flip phones out there. Anyways, I'm gonna boot the phone up, and while it turns on, we're gonna take a closer look at the hardware, the folding mechanism of this new device. Down at the bottom, SIM card slot, microphone, USB Type-C port, one of the speakers. Moving along, on the right side is the power button with a fingerprint scanner embedded in the button. It is raised up just a little bit. The volume rockers are raised up a little bit more than that power button is. Make note of the camera bump, very minimal on the back with that dual camera system. And then up towards the top, looks like we have another microphone, and I believe this slots for our speaker. Along the left side, absolutely nothing. And then flipping it over, a close look at the back. OPPO right there, moving along, just a close look. There's our camera system. You get a 50 megapixel main sensor that uses the Sony IMX890 sensor. And then on top of that, you have an 8 megapixel ultra wide angle lens. And while we're taking a close look, let's check out the hinge mechanism when it's closed. You'll see very seamless, really no gap between the top and bottom displays. It just feels very sturdy and premium of a hinge mechanism. So I love to see that. Always satisfying to open and close these phones. Anyways, I'm gonna run through the setup process, talk about anything that is noteworthy. Before I set up our fingerprint scanner, there's a couple things I wanna point out. First of all, if I were to just give this phone to somebody, I don't really think they'd be able to tell it's a folding phone. There is virtually no crease. It is really hard to see. It actually just doesn't even look like there is one, to be completely honest. Even when you start to turn it, it just curves very fluidly. I love it. It actually is really impressive how there's just like no crease at all. You wouldn't even be able to tell that this phone can fold. Setting up the fingerprint scanner, just set our thumb down on that physical power button. You don't have to actually press the button. You can just rest it right on there. And we are almost done. Just doing the edges. Nice vibration motor. Pretty solid overall. You do get Color OS on top of Android. Let's get started. Here we are on the home screen again. Just a quick closer look at the middle of that screen. Can you tell where the middle point is on this display? No, not really, because there's no hinge. This is just really cool to see. I'm a big fan. Quick close-up of that actual display. This is a 21:9 aspect ratio, in case you were wondering. It's a 6.8-inch AMOLED display, but not only that, I can already tell it's enabled. It has 120 hertz refresh rate. It looks really smooth. This looks really good. So far, I've been very impressed. Let's jump into settings, though, and double check that that is actually enabled. My eyes aren't deceiving me. I know they're not, but let's continue through, and here it is. Screen refresh rate is set to high, so up to 120 hertz. You can bump it down to 60 hertz if you would like to save a little bit of battery life. This screen also gets up to 1600 nits of brightness, so that's very impressive. Shouldn't have any issues whatsoever seeing this display outside. I also want to point out the fingerprint scanner has been working very well. You don't even have to press the button. You can just set your thumb down and it works really well. Double tap the screen will get you to that lock screen. But now, let's check it out. That very large front-facing screen. First of all, it's a vertical display, so it can show a lot up and down. You can get to your quick shortcuts if you'd like to. Swiping from the bottom will bring up all of those notifications, so you can see up to 6 notifications on your page, on your screen at a time. That's really useful. Also, swiping will get you to different widgets. So let's go ahead and get started. Unfold to continue, I guess, to set up these widgets. Just needed to accept some permissions, and there we have it, swiping over our picture widget, video, portrait, or just photo, where you can just tap on photo, take a quick selfie, snap a quick picture. You can zoom in on the phone, hold your phone right side up for better results. So there you have it. You can even flip it around. It recognizes the orientation, and you can just take a nice looking selfie with the main sensor, which is going to be better than if you took it with the inside camera. Once you're in the app, you can still swap between video, photo, and portrait mode, so it doesn't lock you to that. Continuing through, we have weather, we have timers for just a quick timer. Maybe you're doing a little cooking, need to set one of those. Looks like those are all of the ones that are set out of the box. I'm sure there's a way you can add more. If I press and hold on this screen, maybe. I haven't even looked into how to customize it, so I'm going to actually do that now. So up and down are your quick toggles, which will be nice to have, the toggle for this, and it does a countdown. It doesn't blind you right away, so that's really useful. I'm glad they don't just, go ahead and just turn it on right away, because you're obviously looking at it if you're using the screen. Also, very quickly, not that it's that big of a deal, but I figured out a way to kind of see the hinge, and it's when the screen's completely off. You can start to see just a little bit. You can feel it just a tiny bit. This is so impressive, honestly. So then when you turn the display on, it's just like, nah, sorry, no more hinge there at all. Very premium looking and feeling. Going back into settings, you have foldable features. So the cover screen style, which is completely customizable. Don't think it needs to stay that way. They have interactive pets even, so you can interact with one of your favorite ones, whether it be a bird, a cat, a bunny. There's a lot of different options, and you can change the text color to any custom color you want. Also, a look at the widgets, which, like I said, there's some out of the box, but you can still add a recorder, wireless earphones. Hopefully more and more apps will get added to this as time goes on and developers implement it. You can have contextual info to show things such as updates on ride sharing, navigation, and also a quick reply for preset messages to quick reply. If you swipe on your notifications, you need to just quick respond. Don't even have to open up a keyboard. They'll have these quick responses ready to go, so you don't even have to flip open your phone. Going into that camera app once again, you can use it with a folding feature. So you'll see the display here is the only thing shown, and you have a lot of different settings here. So you can swap to that ultra wide angle lens, which will show a lot more. You can hold it like a camcorder style if you're shooting a video, old school. While snapping a photo, there's an icon right here which will turn on the preview screen. So you can show someone what the photo looks like, or if you wanted to just take one yourself, you'll know what the viewfinder is seeing. Also, there is a night mode, and going over, here's all of our different options, including Pro mode. Love to see that. X-Pan, Pano, Movie, Slow-Mo. Finally, just going into that ultra-wide angle lens, snapping some quick pictures. 1x as well, and then 2x, which is digital zoom. So this is not a telephoto lens, it's just zooming in digitally. In terms of some other specs, you have the MediaTek Dimensity 9000 Plus processor inside and a 4300 milliamp hour battery. And as you can see, once you use these phones, you start to get used to how to actually navigate and maneuver them one-handed. Also, it's very convenient to have this full front-facing screen like this. There's our little buddy that we did add as well. You'll see interactive. You can change what he's doing, how he's looking. Unlock to use the cover screen. So yes, you do have to set your thumb down to navigate between these, which is very nice, actually. I'm glad that that's the case. There's our earbuds and our recorder if you want to just record some voice notes. If you do decide you want to select a certain notification, you can just tap on it and then it'll say, hey, you need to flip up the phone if it doesn't have an action that you can do on the cover screen. And as promised, let's check out our foldable case that we have right here. Let's snap that on. It does have stickers as well, so I'm gonna hold off on putting those on for now, but to apply it, it's really simple. Just snap it on, and then once it's snapped on, you actually have something to hold it with, which is, you know, really convenient, and it's not a two-piece case then, like the one that came with it. This one will actually, you know, serve together, so to speak, so that it won't come detached at all. But anyways, it's really comfortable. These are just the stickers I haven't peeled off yet, so just disregard those, but does not cover any of our buttons. Down at the bottom, an opening for the charging slot, and that's just about it. So again, just really nice, neat way to protect your phone and give it some use as well. And also, they sent over this sort of leather pouch for the phone. It says OPPO on the outside. It's just, you know, really stylish and premium on the inside and outside. Let's go ahead and take this out so we can actually put the phone in here, I believe. Yeah, the phone fits, and there you go. You could just snap it on closed, and you have a full-size phone just in this little leather pouch. You can add more things up towards the slot top, such as, you know, credit cards, anything like that. And once you're ready to use it, just pull it on out, and you're good to go. Just going through, they have a lot of different wallpaper options, which I actually really love to see. I wish manufacturers would add more and more wallpaper options. But anyways, that's it for now on the Find N2 Flip from me. I hope you enjoyed the video. I'm excited to really use this, test it out. So far, I've been really impressed. Again, can't get over how crazy that this folding screen is and how, you know, minimal that hinges towards the middle. But drop a comment, let me know what you think. A lot more content coming soon on this device and more, so be sure to click that subscribe button. And as always, thanks for watching. Bye, everyone.